Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. A admittedly last minute stream. I said yesterday I wasn't going to be streaming a game for Christmas, and yet here we are. Yes, I was reminded of this event earlier today, and I thought, you know what, why not? One more stream before Christmas. So, welcome everyone. Welcome along, Zav, Geeky. Nice and early, ready for the stream. Now, shall we get started? We will pause the music. Welcome. Yes, we've got a 2.4 race around Brands Hatch. Currently, it is raining. We've got 24 people in so far. There might be one or two still to join. We've only got GT3s this time, single class, which probably going to be chaotic enough around here, especially if it does rain in the race. I'm not too sure what the weather conditions or the probability of rain, as you can see in the top right hand corner. The rain is stopping, but each session of this weekend is on a new day. So essentially there's 24 hours of time to pass. Who knows if it will be dry or wet come tomorrow, technically. I'm a little bit underprepared because this was last minute and I had a few things to do today that stopped me from getting quite as many preparation laps in as I would have liked. So I'm not too sure on the field number. I'm not 100% sure on the tyres. And if it rains, I'm not too sure on anything. So yes, this will be a fun race of just hoping and praying that everything goes well. I imagine, I mean, every race so far this week has been chaos. I imagine this to be no different, giving Brands Hatch the technical nature of it. Hopefully, as well, from yesterday's stream, I didn't have a chance to see what the issues were, what caused the common frame drops. Dropped about 2% of the frames from yesterday's stream. Haven't dropped any so far today, which is a good start. Hopefully we can keep it that way, even though I haven't changed anything. Yes, so this is just practice coming to an end now. We will have 20 minutes of qualifying, a very generous amount of qualifying time. But I suppose we better make use of it, especially if it is raining. Yes. Yeah, Geeky, OBS said I dropped about 2% of the frames. It's like 15,000 over the course of the stream. So yeah, it spiked at certain moments. I'm not sure why. I mentioned it a couple of times. Didn't seem like people were noticing them, which is all right. But it still don't want that number going up. We still want it as low as possible. But yes, hopefully we have no such issues today. We're just waiting on the final cars to finish their practice laps, so that the session can tick over to qualifying. As we wait patiently. It is dry, but a fast track, and there's rain in 30 minutes. That's good to know for the race, right? So we'll put ourselves on dry tyres. Fuel strategy, it looks like I'm going to about 110 litres per half of the race, which is a bit more than I was expecting. So I'm actually going to try something. I'm going to put this on map. I think 4 is the map I need. I'm actually going to check real quick. Don't mind me as I look at my second monitor. no stint timer in this race. It is just run as long as you want and can do so. Yes, it is map 4, which will save us a bit of fuel. I need to check how much fuel. I need to look at this. I'm actually just gonna load this up and run from this. We'll pick full fuel. Map 4. And yeah, let's see how this goes. We don't have a lot of time, so we will have to go with this.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Fortunately, we're going to come out in a bit of traffic here, which is going to be annoying. If we were 5 seconds quicker, we've got in a nice clear gap. We'll get out ahead of the 666.
Yellow flag accepted.
You can see the rain has already gone to moderate rain in 30 minutes. I wonder if maybe it'll start raining by the end of this session. There's not many clouds in the sky just yet, but it could potentially rain. Be careful about line cars through in this back section. Of course, it is a lot of corners. As is qualifying session, of course, we do have to give away on our out lap, as we're not on a hot lap. We're not going to be quite as quick as the others since we are running full fuel and we are on a more race map rather than a quali fuel map. No, Gigi, it's not the high beams that are on, it's just the sort of standard running lights. High beams is a blue circle in the bottom right. But having the lights on can just make you a little more visible in mirrors and rear view screens, etc. But hopefully we'll be able to get into a good rhythm here. just like yesterday's race too, people are allowed to sign up as teams of 2.
Yellow flag on. Watch out in front.
I don't think there's a different display for high beams and...
Lovely. That's all nice.
Well, actually, I think it might technically be high beams on in terms of a normal road car.
Yellow flag.
I can't remember.
Careful there.
Because the second class of lights is actually technically called endurance lights.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
But yeah, I think that symbol just effectively means the lights are on in any state. I don't think there is specific indicators for the dash of what mode the lights are on. Someone has annoyingly hit that brake marker board there.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far. Yellow flag, be careful.
So far we can see our front tires are maybe a little overpressured, especially the front left. The rear tires are just within pressure, but on the low side, I would say.
Yellow flag on. Watch out.
The annoying thing about having to reduce the pressure on the front left tire is it's going to make it even more susceptible to overheating. Which means by the end of a stint,
Yellow flag in sector 1.
the tire is going to be in a quite pretty poor state. It's going to be suffering quite a lot. So we're half second up here on our time, even though this time isn't really representative of what a quali run would be from myself. Deep into that left-hander.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Yeah, I think we'll call it there for our sort of race practice. And yeah, we'll try and get an actual quali lap in. So first of all, this needs to come down by about 0.4. This can come down by 0.1. This needs to go up by 0.6. These come up by about 0.3, I would say. 0.4 because it's overheating. Fuel strap, we're using 1.96 a lap, so we'll make that 2 litres a lap. At 2 litres, we'll do 5 laps here, so it needs. But we're going to be using the quali map, so we'll look. That will put ourselves back onto map 8. Tires, yeah, and now we'll go out for quali run with 6.5 minutes left in the session. We'll come out in this nice bit of clean air. But yes, we're in the mid-pack by quite a bit at the moment. And the track did start off in a fast condition rather than optimum. It's still in a fast condition. So it's only going to improve towards the end of the session, which would leave us vulnerable. That Bentley, sorry, has had quite the moment. Her feels very different when it's on low fuel compared to high fuel. Of course, being rear-engined, the fuel tank is actually in the front of the car, I believe. At least that's where the refilling hose slots in. And as you can see, it can make the car a bit twitchier. front left is now looking a little under pressured. As we continue to push for a few laps. It should come to us. You can see now a quarter of a second up on our time. They thankfully stay off the track as we pass. Now nearly half a second up. Bit wide there. Quite wide, to be honest. Ourselves in the top 10 for now. Finding another 10th in the first sector. Quite a few cars there. Of course, starting to get a little bit slidey there. Cost us a 10th over the final corner. You have to be careful on that rear left now, it's overheating. This will be our final lap. Tenth and a half up. Don't slide for the final corner. We're even going to get a slipstream run to the line to be about 3/10 up on our lap. And it'll put us P6 currently. Still a final few people to finish their lap. As we'll just park in here. So yes, we'll finish P6, just under 9/10 of the pole time, about 4/10 off of the P2 time, so it's quite close. Okay, Right, so we have a dry start. At... How is it? Yeah, we'll start with a full fuel tank, and then we'll put 2 PSI back in there. Move 1 for that rear left. Put 3 in here. Replicate those changes here. We will want to put about 95 litres of fuel in at stop. We'll also make a strap for the wet, which will also have 95 litres. For the wet tyres, if you don't know, there's a new meta of max tyre pressures in the wet. It helps prevent the tyres from overheating in the damper conditions, shall we say, when it's not as wet, and when it's really wet, it helps with less aquaplaning. So that is going to be our strat. Quick look at timetables. You can see 3 cars behind us, so second drivers. Driver there. So we have 6 teams running teammates. And we'll just load back into the setup menu as that refreshes the heat in the tyres. Of course, GT3s do have tyre blankets or tyre warmers. The tyres start at 70 degrees Celsius. But that temperature is from the moment it only holds the tyres at that temperature when you're in the setup menu. As soon as you come out of it, it's as effectively you've taken the tyre blankets off and they can start to cool down. Get a couple of freezes there. So apologies if you noticed them. No, Kiki. Well, if your tyre is under pressured, it doesn't cut through the water, through the puddles, I should say, as well. Or if it's got more pressure, it will cut through those puddles more. But I see where you're coming from. You know, if they're more bloated, aren't they more likely to float? Yeah, I see where you're coming from. It might be something that's sort of dependent on the tread of the tyre. I want to put the map back to map 4. It might be. I'm not 100% too sure, Kiki. It's just from my understanding in ACC, the more pressure in a tyre, the better it cuts through water, which I can kind of see because the tyre's just a little more inflated. It has a slightly smaller surface or contact patch, I should say, which is probably helping it. But yeah. Well, we are getting ready for the start here. Real close to speeding there. Plenty of room on our inside. Play it safe. Struggling to see my radar against the clouds, which isn't helpful.
Clear on the right.
Getting a better run here. I'll not send it down the inside. Be a risky move at this stage of the race, being the very start. But it's been a clean start so far, not just at the front, but throughout the field it looks like, which is great to see. Now it's going to be about settling into a rhythm. As everyone get used to full tanks of fuel once again. Top 4 already breaking away. Mistake there from the Ferrari in front. We'll get to the inside. Leave them space on the exit.
Clear on the left.
They'll have the inside there, but we'll hold it round the outside. A little deep ourselves into the left-hander there, but the Ferrari seems to be struggling. It's had a bad exit. Nearly a bit of contact there in the radar. But we've already fallen 3 seconds back from the car in front. So hopefully we'll be able to close that down as a bit of a screen freeze through that corner. As there has been a bit of a crash back in the back. Car not bouncing nicely off that curb. Gonna need to focus down here to get into a rhythm.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Well done, mate. Fastest lap so far. Gaining on the car heading sector 3. Well done, mate. Fastest lap so far.
Causing fight in front, fighting, helping us to close the gap a little bit, but the Ferrari's putting a little bit of pressure on behind me. I would say about 100 laps, Steve. We've got 2 hours 19 minutes left. Thanks for stopping by and appreciate the good luck message. been another crash back in the pack.
Well done, mate. The fastest laps in front.
Yeah, I think a couple of cars have already had a visit through pit lane.
Gaining on the driver ahead in sector 3. Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Tire pressures are looking very good at the moment. Yes, leader has bolted away quite a bit. Cars behind have had a crash. The early race crashes, instead of all being concentrated on lap 1, have been spread throughout these opening laps. Dig for the car in front. They've managed to hit the wall. So that will... Or was that a lapped car? I'm not too sure. No, that was one of the cars ahead, because we were P5, now we're P4. using all of the track there. Lots of pressure being piled on. Imagine the cars behind us in this sort of train of ours are struggling a bit with dirty air. We're approaching a lapped car. Looks like car behind us actually made a mistake. Yes, 666 has lost a couple of positions, giving us a little gap. So McLaren head has binned it into the wall, running too wide onto the curb. Dipping wheels into the gravel, causing them to spin. For the 666, they're making a mistake, which has given us a nice bit of clean air. For now, we'll see if the car That's now behind us. Can close up.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Triple six starting to fall back from this group. I don't know if they picked up any damage in losing the 2 positions. Right behind us caught up quite quickly.
Falling behind the car in front in sector 3.
But it's very difficult to pass at Brands Hatch. Fry was having a look to the inside.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Fry trying to get Brave around the outside. Breaks way too there. They have a lot of pace for sure. Probably enough pace to be catching the podium if they weren't stuck in this train. As we're just over 20 minutes into this race.
Yellow flag on. Watch out in front.
lap to car getting out of the way quite nicely after their incident or mistake. I wouldn't be too surprised if the course behind aren't carrying quite as much fuel as I am. Remember, we started the race on an absolute full tank. Which means we're probably a little closer to splitting our race fuel load 60-40, whereas everyone else is probably closer to 50-50. Should us be a little more aggressive in the second half of the race? nearly into the 24s. Fry's starting to put the pressure on again.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Slide through the left-hander there, forcing us to go defensive. They nearly got alongside going into that fast right-hander, but there just isn't the space to go too wide through there. So they very sensibly blacked out. I mean, I'll be honest, they didn't have much of a choice.
There's 2 cars into sector 1.
See the 666 has dropped over 10 seconds back now. will check the weather. It's 34 degrees still, just as it started this race. Track temp, that is. Which ideally we'd like to come down a little bit, stop the tires from overheating.
Yellow flag is activated.
Nice thing is we have a couple of seconds to the Aston Martin behind us. So now we just have one car on our tail. Yeah, I too would love to see some rain. Now here we can see a couple of lapped cars fighting amongst themselves. They're fighting for position. Both of them being lapped on us.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
As if had a crash amongst themselves. The fry behind us hit us.
Car on the right.
Hopefully the McLarens go back out of it.
Car on the right.
Nope,
Clear on the right.
of course they're not.
There's a black man leaving the
Nice, so that's 9 seconds of damage thanks to lapped cars being quite oblivious to the situation around them. And I would say more importantly to positions. Seen from the Ferrari how hard it was to pass.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I'm going to take that as a goodwill gesture from the Aston and letting us through after that crash. Because that was intentional, that was no mistake. Which is very, very good mannered. Not what they had to do, absolutely not. In fact, I'd rather they didn't do it. You know, they weren't, unless they were at fault, but they obviously weren't. It was the lapped cars that were at fault. Hopefully this 9 seconds of damage doesn't cost us too much lap time. Hopefully it doesn't hurt the tires too much as well. can only imagine that Ferrari now is gonna build a gap up after the pressure they were putting on us. You know, it seemed like we were holding them up by a couple, if not a few tenths a lap. I am also going to hit that button there to save the replay. Ecker doesn't feel too bad. Well, it doesn't feel too bad when it don't hit the grass like that. I just hope the damage isn't putting extra stress on the tires and extra wear on them. As we do uncarry these tires by 80 minutes into the race. Right rear still seems to be in the optimal pressure range, but has lost a few points. Maybe about 0.3 psi, 0.4. do feel like we're losing 2 or 3 tenths a lap from the damage. Car just doesn't feel quite as planted as it was before. Balance hasn't really changed. Just missing a little bit of overall downforce, most likely. Just slightly clipping the grass there again. Too much carb there at the fast right-hander. I was kind of skating around there into T1. The Aston nearly getting to the inside there. The Aston's starting to put quite a bit of pressure on. to lap another Aston. Leader! Leader is in the pits.
Car on the left. Leader on the left.
And the car behind us went into the pits. So some people going for multiple stops. Yeah, some two-stoppers. Which I'm not sure how that's going to work out given how difficult it is to overtake here. You know, they're effectively banking on gaining 50 to 60 seconds in the next 30 minutes. As we have a BMW doing what looks a bit like donuts on the grass. They are going to have better tyres, but you've seen how easy it was for the Ferrari behind me, for that Aston. You can easily just get stuck behind a car and not make any progress. The tyre advantage and the fuel advantage, you know, they won't have to carry as much fuel. Will help them. You know, when they have when they have the tyre advantage later on in the race, they might be able. It might just be enough to get some overtakes done. But we'll have to wait and see. I suppose they've more 40-50 minutes to get the pit stop time back. As that's how... Getting another screen freeze there. Yeah, I noticed, Geeky. I think I might know why, to be honest. Hopefully it should just be a one-time. Hopefully you shouldn't get any more. We've got McLaren behind us now. I think they've just come out of the pits, so they'll be on fresh tyres. Probably not much more fuel than us, so hence why they're starting to put pressure on. So I expect them to try to make a move on us to unlap themselves, which is entirely allowed. And when they do, we'll just let them go, to be honest. little bit wider from locking the front left a bit. As you can see, the Ferrari ahead's now pulled out a 7-second gap.
Car on the right.
McLaren has gone for the move. We've given them the space. I'll have to complete it here into
Car on the right.
T1 though.
Clear on the right.
Still able to hold it around the outside. And now hopefully they'll have the pace now to build a bit of a gap. Looks like the 666 been caught up in an incident behind. Meaning the next car behind us for position is the 27 Porsche that was leading the race before they came in for their first of presumably 2 pit stops. I imagine that previously leading Porsche will catch up us quite quickly. But you can see the McLaren ahead already gaining well over a second. sort of few hours as the damage and the tires start to wear out. Rear right has dropped some more pressure down to the mid 25s, which isn't ideal. As we're over an hour into the race now. Track has dropped a degree. Its tire pressures are just down 0.1 psi in general, it seems. Maybe the tires aren't quite as warm with the damage not putting the same sort of quite as much load into the tires. You can see leader up making, or the previous leader making up a lot of time. They're now only 8 seconds back. Appear to be catching up to a few lapped cars, all of them somehow on different laps to one another. As we get past the first of them. No rain on the horizon yet. There's still time for the rain to come in the final 45 minutes of the race.
Car on the left. Clear on the right. Warning for exceeding track limits.
I don't know how I got a warning there, but that shouldn't be an issue. Brands Hatch, not a place known for track limits. Not unless you're utilising the new Motorsport UK track limit rules.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Past one more of that car. See the leader now coming up to second behind.
Gaining on the driver on lap 73. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
A bit deep into the hairpin.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That was a send. Very risky one. Yeah, they kind of do, Zav. They don't really have time to be sitting around waiting behind people. Especially when they're 1 to 2 seconds a lap quicker. And if they don't take that opportunity, then who knows how much longer they'd have to wait. Right front hasn't really lost. I suppose it was up at 26.8 earlier on, so has lost by 0.6 psi. It's not that low yet. There's our halfway message. 72 minutes still to go. The other cars from in front of us heads into the pits. 72 Ferrari. So does the 666. I still haven't decided if I want to repair the damage or not. I feel like I will lose over 9 seconds on track if I don't repair the damage, but the track position potentially lost from sitting in pit lane for 9 seconds could be more costly. Six still in the pits, so it looks like they're repairing damage. Yeah, a little bit geeky. I mean, getting damage is kind of always like that. I think we do repair it. The only car we really were battling was the Aston that is on a 2-stop. And they're going to be pitting again anyways. They'll have the fresher tires at the end of the race. So I suppose we kind of need all the speed we can get to try and hold on to that position if they do catch up. We have about 8 laps of fuel left.
Yellow flag is sector 3.
See the rear left pressure is also dropping a bit. They might have. You do have to take that chicane that's over there on the right hand side through the barriers. Which is probably the harder part of the pit entry rather than the pit speed limit.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Thankfully Porsche lets us through very nicely. Yes, all the other cars around us have pitted. Well spotted, Geeky. I think we're going to put just a little bit of pressure in the tyres for the next stop. I don't think we can, Gingy. It might get cleaned up a little bit with damage. It is one of the parts that gets visual damage. So it might get a little bit cleaner. But I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll have to see at the pit stop. Of which we have 5 more laps till we make said pit stop.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Losing pressure on the right rear.
Down into the 24s for the right rear. I do want to take a little bit of fuel out, as we had used about 95 litres of fuel at the halfway point. We're going to have less than an hour to go once we pit, so that will save us a lot of... We don't need as much fuel as is expecting. Let's put 2 in. 2 clicks around the tires. Trying to do maths to figure out how much fuel I'll need. I'm gonna say we'll need 80 liters. Just an hour left in the race now. Just 2 laps until we pit. Right, we'll be pitting this lap. We'll have about 56 minutes remaining when we exit the pits. Maybe closer to 55 and a half. The pit lane nicely. Our box is a bit quite early. Stop it on the marks. Nice and perfectly. Turn the ignition back on and I'll take a drink. Pit stop nearly finished. Here we go. Sometimes your pit stop can finish like a second before the countdown finishes, so you've got to be ready to react for when the jacks drop. We'll be coming out behind 77. In P7. Car now quite a bit pointier than it was when we went into the pits. Car feeling very different. I would be surprised if there's any suspension damage kicking. This is more from, I've gone from tires that were 80 odd minutes old to tires that are brand new. And unlike the start of the race where I had 120 litres of fuel, I only have 80. So that's 40 less litres. So the car's sort of a little closer to qualifying trip in a way. And so as I mentioned in qualifying, with where the fuel tank is positioned in front of the car and the engine being in the rear, the car's balance does change quite a bit with fuel load. So when you add in the tyres on top of that, it's quite the massive change. See there McLaren heading into the pits. You can see the car we're trying to catch getting caught in lapped traffic.
Well done, mate. This is me, Russell Tyson.
And there we are into the 24s, just about. McLaren having a moment.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
The Audi very generously letting us through. And the moment we turn up on the rear bumper, after holding the McLaren up for a couple of laps, and we're catching 32 Aston, who I think had a moment wide on the grass there. And maybe another moment there too. So it looks like we're going to have a three-way fight for position here. I just noticed the one lap car we have in the middle of this is the 666, who earlier in the race was quick enough to put us under some pressure. So they look like they're going to be trying to pass the Aston before they let any of us through. Or no, they let us through there now. Looked like they had a moment on the grass and decided they'll just take themselves, just give the positions up now. McLaren already getting held up by the Aston. There's 16 seconds of road free in front of the Aston. Aston's wide again.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And analyse both of us through. But the question is, can we overtake this McLaren? We've got 47 minutes to do so. But the sooner the better. Just putting ourselves in the mirrors of the McLaren, trying to pressure them into a mistake. McLaren's a bit wide there, we have a run. Give us the space on the inside. I wanted to back out of it, but they were very cautious. Climbing a little deep into the final corner there, we have a run. We're going defensive, so we'll have to go to the outside. We give them a little nudge on the exit of the final corner there. Just showing our nose once more. That's a little bit wide. But the overtaking opportunities on this part of the circuit just are very, very dangerous, very risky. Very likely to end up in tears. But you can just see we have more grip, we're able to stick to the rear bumper of the McLaren. And make another mistake going wide at the final corner. Give us the run once more.
Clear on the right. Car on the right.
We hold it right the outside.
Car on the right.
They've still got the inside for the hairpin.
Car on the right.
We go the long way around. It gives us the inside here for the left-hander. And that should be overtake done. Now free to push for the next car, which is the 27, who's come in for their second stop. McLaren thankfully lets us go. A little bit wide there. As we've got leader had us, or the Porsche in front of us has slowed up there. It was a 34-second lap, about 9 seconds off the pace. So we're now only 15 seconds behind them, but I don't see us catching up to them. But maybe they have damage, who knows? Just so we know where we stand on field, we'll want to have about 40 leaders left with 28 minutes to go. Let's say 27 to be safe. Already used about 20 litres in 15 minutes. So we are cutting it a little tight. But we should be able to make it to the end. Yes, Zav Lift and Coast, sorry, does absolutely indeed work. This is a new personal best. .6. Yeah, fun fact, ACC and the original AC as well calculate fuel usage not based on RPM, but on throttle position. So while you coast, you don't actually use any fuel. Triple Six has had another incident. see the leader there has appeared on our relative.
73.
A little bit wide there.
Yellow flag, jet in front. There's a slow car up ahead.
My PC very kindly tells me off about storage space. Thank you, I already knew.
There's a car leaving the pit lane, watch out. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Of course, got a speeding penalty. I do actually have this extra SSD sitting in my room that I need to
Car on the left.
install at some point. So we got very close to that Ferrari's rear bumper.
Left to the car ahead is 71.
Don't worry, I just have 864 free megabytes on my SSD. All of the track there, and a bit more.
There's a slow car up ahead.
Yep, unfortunately no rain this race. Which is a great shame. So now it's all about getting to the end of the race. Does look like we've got a little bit of pressure loss in our right hand side tires.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
'54 taking quite a while to get themselves recovered there. Maybe having a bit of a technical issue. As the 27 Porsche has managed to recover themselves to the podium on their two-stop strategy. That leaves the 72 Ferrari now, the car in our sights, 15 seconds ahead. They might have switched driver, I'm not entirely sure. Nissan looks like to be struggling with the rear end. Welcome Sky, good to see you. Happy birthday as well. Hope you've been feeling better today and have enjoyed yourself so far. We're 27 minutes left in this race. We've been going for nearly 2 hours now. That's good to hear. Great to hear that you've cleared up for your birthday. We did gain a second on the car ahead that lap. But I don't know if that's representative of their pace or if that's just a mistake that lost them that time. Maybe something else outside of their control. Because if we are going to be gaining a second a lap, then we could possibly catch them. They are in what seems like a little bit of traffic of back markers, which is probably a contribution to the slow lap. Kart nearly wanted to go there over the bumps. Another slow lap from 72, losing by a second and a half that lap. Maybe P4 is on. It's going to be every second counts. .25.6 last time, so about 8/10 gained that lap. They're still in traffic. Number 7 BMW. 25.3, so they look to be picking up the pace a little bit, regaining half a second that lap. And if we're going to be catching them, we need to be gaining a second a lap. We should be good on fuel. Now 72 has got past the number 7. Unfortunately, won't be able to read their lap times anymore. It's probably going to allow them to just pick up the pace ever that little bit more. Worried there for a sec that the Porsche rejoining didn't see me coming. No splash and dashes aren't fun. Behind us is the number 13, who is just starting the lap. Heading into the hairpin currently. Now sitting 9.6 seconds behind the car in front.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
McLaren thankfully letting us through. The 113 having another off behind us. .5.0 from the car in front. Yeah, if they're doing lap times like that, we're never going to catch them in time. Only gaining 0.2 that lap. Yeah, at that rate, it'd take about 40 laps to catch up to them. We only have 15.5 minutes left in this race. But we'll keep pushing in case anything happens. No, Kiki. Not yet. Soon, I would say soon. Though I only think we'll gain maybe a tenth or two. It'll be good to use the fuel. Keep making the car as light as we can, and of course that tenth or two of pace never hurts. More important thing is how these lapped cars are going to behave.
On the left. Clear on the left.
Heidi had a moment and then thankfully let us through.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Shai kindly lets us through there. Yeah, that gap's still about 9 seconds. At this point, we're needing something to happen. But now with 21 litres left, we should have enough fuel to easily make it to the end. We'll switch to the quali map, that is map 8. Of course, the tire wear is probably going to be a bigger factor to our pace than the fuel map. It depends on the car, Zav. There's a forum post on the Assault Corsa forums that details what all the fuel maps, or I should say engine maps, do in each of the cars. So in the Porsche, maps 1 to 4 are all race maps, just with different throttle maps. So map 4, as I was using, has a linear throttle map. If I look over here, map 3 is an aggressive throttle map, map 2 is a progressive map.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
And then those throttle maps repeat themselves through maps 5 to 8, except they use quali, fuel and power. And then maps 9 and 10 are low fuel, low power maps, map 10 specifically being a pace car map, or safety car map. As we get 8 minutes left in the race, someone has somehow got a drive-through, which is, I must say, very impressive at this track for track limits. As MD2 is getting stuck behind another lapped car. I might be wrong in this, but the BMW head might be in the thumbnail. To take the thumbnail, I jumped in the practice server a few hours before we started, about 5 o'clock today, 4 or 5 o'clock, and there's about 6 people lapping. And then I went into the replay, took a photo. I think this BMW was in the background. BMW holds wide, lets us through generously. I've just noticed something. We're catching up to P3. P3 is now only 6 seconds in front of us. So they have fallen back quite a bit. So it looks like we've got a fight for P3 up ahead. There's only 5 minutes to go left in the race, so unless they really slow themselves down or maybe have an incident, it's unlikely we're going to catch, especially with moments like that. Tires just aren't in the same state they were 20 minutes ago. As they have... Oh, the 27 was the Porsche. So now it's a three-way fight for second. There they are, just up ahead. '27 has managed to slot into third. Can the 51 hold on to second? Even the lapped car is at the back of that train, making it 4 cars long. Yeah, the 27 did make 2 stops and a third time through pit lane for track limits. But with just 3 minutes of the race remaining, we're 4 seconds back. Gonna be just a bit too far back. As you can see, it looks like there was maybe a potential move there going into T1. The Porsche is looking to the inside. Maybe they've got there. Don't know, we're just a bit too far back as we have a bit of a lock up into T1. And the Porsche has got second. Leader has crossed the line not too long ago. They'll have 2 more laps, which we'll have from the end of this lap. Well, that Porsche is already disappearing. Now they're in second. There's still the fight for third place. We're 2.5 seconds back. As they cross the line, look at that, they're doing 27s. We're 2 seconds a lap quicker that time by. Big defense there from the Aston Martin. But Fry's got to the inside and has taken third place. We're just going to be a too little too late. Bad bounce on the curb. Car wide. Hopefully this Fry lets us through. And we'll have a chance here. 1 final lap. Try and get past this Aston. Once again locking up the inside into the inside front into the hairpin. It's going to be very difficult to make a move without a mistake from the Aston. Won't help if I make mistakes like that. We're right there.
On the right. Clear on the right.
Not going to be able to do anything on the outside. It's a drag race to the line.
On the left. Right, we had races over. Good jump. And the best you could. Good lap.
In the end, 19 thousandths. 19 thousandths we were from P4 there. What a finish. What a finish. Yeah, we very easily could have been P2 if we didn't get taken out by the back marker early on. You know, really, that came down to like one less mistake, one less small mistake, and yeah, we maybe could have had P4 as well.
Stay clear on the curbs.
What a race. What a race. Heists. Yeah, yeah, that's a good fun race. That, oh.
Green light, give it all you can.
And there's some rain when server readouts. Close these down. So we still had a couple of liters of fuel left at the end of the race, so, and we did use the quality map for a bit, so we calculated the fuel quite well on the fly. I don't know what to say. Yes, and drink, Geeky, and drink. I have noticed another wee spike in the dropped frames. Had about 7,000 in the sort of from the end of the race there, I think, around that. So apologies if you have noticed that. Um, but yes, as always, as tradition for these streams, let's have to know we've been going for just over 3 hours at this point. We will do the Art of Rally daily stage to finish off the stream. So yes, we will switch back over now and bring up Art of Rally. Firstly, as we did yesterday, let's take a look, see where we are in the weekly event. 1 day later. Now just over 2 days to go. If it will load. This isn't looking so good. Yes, as Zav says, Art of Rally free on Epic Games if you use it. Don't use Epic Games myself, so but yeah, I mean honestly, this game's probably in the Steam sale. Looks like we're having some issues. Let me just check. Store page, Art of Rally. Yes, Art of Rally. 45% off in the Steam winter sale, down to £11. If I'd say this game's definitely worth £11. Of course, there is also the Australian DLC, which is also 15% off. So you can save an extra £1 there. Yeah, let's just see. Weekly event isn't wanting to load. Doesn't like the daily event is wanting to load either. So in that case, maybe. I've just noticed quite a few more dropped frames as well, up to 9,500. Thanks. To thingy. Yeah, it doesn't look like maybe servers are down at this current stage, so unfortunately means we are unable to do the stages. So with that, we will just leave this stream here. Thank you all for coming out. Zav, Geeky, Sky here a little earlier. So yeah, thank you all for coming out. Hope you enjoyed the stream. As I said yesterday, hope you all have fantastic holidays. It looks like there will be a stream between Christmas and New Year's, so maybe look forward to that. And of course, then there will be more streams in January. As I've been teasing all week, there's most likely going to be a 6-hour race in the middle of January, and there might even be another 4-hour race as well in the middle of January. No, we'll not be streaming tomorrow. For sure this time. For sure. Yes, for sure. I mean, I'll have a quick check on the websites. No, there's no events on the website tomorrow.
Let's check another website. Nah, that'll take too long to check, but no, that will be it. I'm pretty sure I've got a couple of things to prepare for Christmas, a couple of things to do around the house before Christmas. So, yes, bit of free time, bit more free time tomorrow would be nice. But yeah, I did effectively say this yesterday, and look where we are now. Um, so yeah, as I've said, thank you for coming out. Have a brilliant holiday. Hope you all really enjoy it, and I shall see you maybe once, maybe twice, next week before the new year comes around. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.